I have an exceptional Kamasan Tiara right here with 2 holes in it, and I need an upgrade to my Ancestral Tiara. Now this Tiara has double rarity, so that's what I'm going to try to grab here. The problem with this Tiara is that it has Chaos Res and Intelligence, and I need both for my build, but maybe I can forgo one of them. I wouldn't mind losing a rarity. First, we need to actually craft on this Tiara, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it into a magic. Now the better base for this would be the Ancestral Tiara because it does have a higher base energy shield. However, I simply don't care about having the best in slot. It's actually really nice. Now why is it nice? Because I need rarity and it has a tier 1 max energy shield. What I can do here, because I need the intelligence, is that I can go over to my essence tab and I can grab a greater essence of the infinite, bring it over to my Kamasan Tiara, and slam in that intelligence that we require. Now from here, I'm just going to desecrate a prefix and then hit it with that fracturing orb and we'll work with that base. We'll go over to Hibanachi's tab, grab the Omen of Sinister Necromancy, which when active in your inventory, the next desecration will only add a prefix. So I'll grab that, grab an Ancient Rib because they're going for about 1 divine. Get a Fracturing Orb, they're going for about 8 divines right now. That is absurd. I'll buy 2 of them. And would you look at that, we're almost broke yet again. But now here, I'm going to divine it yet a few times. We need 18 and 73 as these are the 2 mods that I'm trying to grab. And now we got the high tier max energy, which is painful to roll over, I must admit. But I do not mind hitting a 71 or an 18 here. The intelligence, well, although I need it, I'd rather not fracture it. So with that, we are ready for the fracturing orb and a nice little chant. So we'll see what we get and begin your chant of fracturing. All right, we hit a tier 1 flat energy shield. I don't want to mess around with these suffixes as they are suffixes that I would want to have. However, if I don't hit anything on the prefix side of things, I will try to roll these either by removing them with an annulment orb or by rolling them with the chaos orbs. Right, so now I need to slam in something useful on the prefix. Now by something useful, if I look over at my other tiara, we have increased rarity and we have the energy shield percentage. I personally would want to have increased rarity and then search for the percentage, but either one of these works. But because if I chaos slam prefixes right now, there is a chance that it would go over to the suffix side of things. So I need to fill up that last suffix. So let's do that now. So we need to go over to the ritual tab and grab the Omen of Dextro Exaltation, activate that, deactivate the necromancy, and just slam in. Boom, baby. Energy shield recharge rate. Might be worth giving up some chaos res for. And now last step is crucial. We need to slam in remedy or flat energy percentage. Come on. Wait a minute. Forgot to deactivate the Dextro Exaltation. Come on. All right, we got a tier 3 energy percentage, which allows us to try and desecrate that rarity of items found, and then we'll have a really nice replacement for my Ancestral Tiara. Now, the reason I want this upgrade is not so much for more energy shield, but I need that extra hole on this Tiara in order to sock it in. Something awesome. So we'll go over to Hibanachi's stash, and we'll take a few Omen of Abyssal Echoes, activate those, and take this Kamasan Tiara to get unveiled. Boom, baby. Come on, rarity. Beautiful stuff. Go get our Kamasan Tiara, Hibanachi. I'm on my way, my lord. Here's your Kamasan Tiara. Whoa. Tier 1. Beautiful stuff. The only thing missing is that chaos res. We'll grab a few armor scraps and increase that quality all the way to 20. And if you're wondering how I'm using these scraps the way I am pressing and holding shift while hovering over the item, and then I'm just left clicking until it reaches maximum quality. And for those of you that didn't know that, I hope you run into this video because it is a very common question that comes up in the comments. There's absolutely no reason for me to divine this thing, so I'm gonna leave it as is. With the quality all the way up to 20, we can talk to Ange about filling up these holes. Divines. Go over to idols, and we're looking for the bear idol, which on helmets we get a 10% increased area of effect, and that is exactly what I want my helmet to have right now.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
Boom, baby. Beautiful stuff. We have an open socket, and I don't know what I want to use it for, so we're going to replace our old Tiara, and then look at our resistances. We can see that we have both fire and chaos resistance lacking. Now for me, I'm going to choose to get fire resistance up because ignited ground can be a bitch. We'll grab a perfect desert rune. Ooh, 1 for 1. I'll take it. Boom, baby. Now we got 22 fire resistance, area of effect, and our fire res is pretty much good to go. And if chaos res ever becomes a problem, I can always try crafting a better tiara for myself. But the reason I want area of effect is because I'm building area of effect for my hollow form, and I want to see how much I can get with everything I'm stacking. Now, because we do have ourselves a backup here, I am going to take this Ancestral Tiara over to Hibanashi in order to look for that third and juicy socket. Now, I would argue that this is the better tiara over both of these. However, if I can get that second socket on this tiara, I probably won't ever change it. So we must take it to Hibanashi. And if it doesn't brick, I am more than willing to take this other tiara over to the temple as well. Oh, God. Hibanashi, you awake? Yeah, you know what's up? Ooh, what's up? You know what's up. Come on. Do it. Do the thing. You got you, Lord. Yeah, what are we looking for? A second socket? Yes, Hibanashi, I need it really bad. I got you, my lord. Here he comes. Yeah, my lord. Ancestral Tiara, I always get what I want from these. Well, if you get what you want and I get what I want, I'd say we're both winning. Damn right, my lord. And it is time for the Temple of Corruption. And what we are looking for is that second juicy socket. We need to divine it to the point where we can get more chaos and more rarity out of this. Good luck with the corruption, my lord. Thanks, Hibanashi. We really need the second socket on this Ancestral Tiara. And with that, begin your chant. Did you get the second socket, my lord? Yes, Hibanashi, we fucking did. Need another one, though. Yeah, my lord, another one. This is not an ancestral, it's a Kamazan. You chipping out, man? No, what are you talking about? It's what my budget allows. I don't know, my lord. I feel like you got enough divine for an ancestral tiara. Well, is it ready for the third socket or not, man? Yeah, my lord. Because I got my second socket on my other tiara. We can now seek a third and juicy socket from this Kamasan Tiara. Damn, Hibanashi, what is going on? Well, I think I've had enough of the poofy death, my lord. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Second corruption or not? I think we could settle on this one, my lord. Double sockets in one sash. Yeah, we just settle on these. All right, let's get our currency back up. Tune in next time for another episode of Crafting Ball Z's Nuts.